Is it worth getting custom fit for golf clubs? Yes guys, welcome back to the Toemouse Golf channel. Today I'm down here at Totally Golf with John, club fitter here at Totally Golf, and he's going to be helping me go through my ball bag and get fit for some new golf clubs, which is the best time of the year. We're also going to find out the answer to a few valuable questions for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Right, so firstly, what's your handicap?
My handicap is 8.8, and before in the comments people start slating me, I'm going to say it's an 8.8 because it officially is.
When it comes to a fitting, because every single manufacturer offers such a broad selection now, so they've got clubs that cater to scratch golfers, middle handicaps, higher handicaps, and it caters to sort of every ability. So it's probably worth starting then with, do you have a brand that is like a soft spot for you? Is there a brand that you like?
There is a brand I like, John. The brand I like, I think everyone knows, I've said it enough times, Taylormade. TP5s, have a look. Beautiful ball for a beautiful man.
So we've got the ball sorted. I'd say first things first, let's just get you warmed up. We'll start with the irons.
Yeah.
If you're happy to do that.
Absolutely.
So grab your 7-iron. What we're going to do is hit sort of 5-10 shots with your ones. Now you're nice and warmed up. Today we're going to be looking at sort of club head speed, ball speed, spin rates, carry distance. I mean, really it's just to sort of get as consistent as data as possible, and then we can compare it to the new stuff. The toe seems to be sticking in the air a little bit. Did you get these ones fitted?
These were fitted when I first saw. I was kind of a bit newer to golf. I started and I played a little bit, but not too much.
We'll do a quick measurement on the lie angle just to make sure that we've got the club set up correctly for you.
A lie angle test, what does that involve?
So all we want to do is basically see how the sole of the club is interacting with the turf.
Sure.
So we use these stickers to put on the bottom of the club. We use these lie angle boards and we hit shots off of here, and it's going to leave a mark on the bottom of the club, right?
Yeah.
So if we see a mark more towards the heel of the club, we need them flatter. If we need it on the toe, we're going to need them a little bit more upright. All right, so it's a little bit towards the heel of the club, as you can see. So I would probably say you need them a little bit flatter than what they are at the moment. Okay. So where these are 2 degrees upright, we probably need them 1. Right, so for the purpose of shaft, we're going to be looking at sort of ball speed, but I'm going to factor in your tendency was a little bit over to the left. So ball speed on the far left here is what we're going to be looking at to determine what shaft we're going to put in it for you. So you actually sit somewhere between sort of regular and stiff flex, to be honest, but the fact that you're turning it over quite a bit, I wouldn't mind going up to the firmer side, putting you in a stiff flex and maybe go for a slightly lighter weight. Hopefully that will help pick up some club head speed, ball speed. Other numbers that I'd like to improve on, we're averaging 4,300 RPM of spin, backspin with your 7-iron. Really, we want that above 6, around the sort of 6,000 mark. For every iron that you're hitting, you want it sort of to that 1,000 or 1,000 less of whatever club it is. Hopefully that makes sense. This is our competition now, so these are the numbers that we're trying to beat. Sure. All right, let's do it. So I think based on your sort of handicap and what we're trying to get out of the clubs, it's probably going to be between the P790s and the P770s. We're going to put you in a KBS Tour Light stiff flex shaft to start with.
P790s, first up. They look really nice. They're very, very nice looking. Let's see if I can hit them, which would be my problem normally. I've shanked that. I've got P770s now. They are beautiful. Let's see how we hit them. Right, mate, I've hit a few. How do you see that? What do you make
how
of
did
it?
they feel, firstly?
They both felt really nice, and part of the reason why I like Taylormade is just the way that the irons feel off the face. They're really, really nice. When you get one out the middle, it just feels like you've not even touched the ball, and it just goes. So that's why I would want Taylormade, but very nice, I would say.
Is there one that you preferred, like the feel of, like the look of, addressing?
Yeah, I mean the P770s feel nicer. They look a bit nicer, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
There's something about them over the ball, and I just out of the middle, it just felt a little bit nicer, and I don't know exactly why or what that is, but.
So that's kind of the main point, to be honest. I actually agree with everything you're saying. Ordinarily, you would be leaning more towards the P790s if we were gaining more distance. There's 3 yards in it. If we're actually looking at the numbers, you can see your ball speed on average is pretty much identical with the P770s to the P790s, so you're striking them both as good as each other. The launch angle, you're launching the P770s a bit higher, so that's going to be good for sort of receptiveness around the greens. The numbers that I'm most interested in though are backspin and side spin. So you can see on average, we're getting more backspin than the P790s, and we're getting less side spin, so we're going to get less fade and draw bias. So from a spin perspective and a launch perspective, the P770s did perform better for you. If we're looking at the carry distance, I mean, there's 3 yards in it. So that's not a big enough difference for me to really tear you away from the P770s if they're the ones you prefer the feel of, because really with any fitting, you need to be treating it sort of 60% performance based and 40% feel. So you need to enjoy the clubs that you're using as well. And again, for me, 3 yards is not enough for me to try and pull you away from the P770s into the P790s, and you're striking them both the exact same. So yeah, I actually think P770s are a little bit better for you.
And I'm sure the actual club heads and stuff is what you're most interested in. We won't bore you with the fact that we've gone through a few different shaft options as well. What did we try?
So we tried the Nippon NS Pro. They're all kind of the lighter weight stiff flex. We tried the Nippon in a 105 stiff. We tried the KBS Tour light stiff, which is the one that we've ended up with. And we also tried the True Temper Elevate 95 stiff as well. But yeah, your numbers were just best with the KBS, to be honest.
Obviously the guys know that I already play P770s. They are the older model. So I'm guessing really what we've come to is really no need to change. Obviously we'll get the newer, more updated set, but in terms of changing the model, not really a need. I'm striking them probably the best, right? Results wise, probably the nicest.
Yeah, well obviously in your P770s, you've got regular flex in them at the moment and 2 degrees upright.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's not necessarily the club that's changing, because the most important thing for you is just that we're getting the spec right this time. So we've got the correct shaft in it for you now. We've got the correct lie angle.
Yeah.
And the final part of the fitting was driver. Oh, I'm not going to take you through 3-wood hybrid, the 3-wood and the hybrid as well. We did get fit for that, and I was fit for a Taylormade QI10 hybrid and Taylormade QI10 3-wood as well. I ended up going with the Taylormade QI10 driver, standard driver, with 1 inch off the shaft because I'm a midget. But yes, we ended up going for that. We were looking a lot at the ball speeds of the different shafts. I ended up with a Kylie shaft, or Kylie, I don't know how you say it. It's a light stiff shaft, 60 grams. And yeah, and it was the one that I was striking the best. It's important to point out the reason I'm doing this video is because I want to find out whether fittings are worth it for your average golfer. And on reflection, they are. I think they are, because for me, if you look at the irons, and the guys at Totally Golf are very, very good at this. They're not pushing you towards anything in particular. They're keeping it standard as possible, in terms of they're not pushing you towards a certain brand. They're always making sure you're getting the right fit for you, and that's why you notice with the P770s ended up being the right club. No point in switching the actual club itself, because that was the one I was performing best with, but just maybe let's look at the lie angle and things that, in my opinion, no matter how what the level is, if you're probably a 23, 24 handicap or below, you probably would benefit from having a fitting, because little things like the way you set up and the way you're going to strike the ball are going to be impacted by the way that the club's set up. So I do think it's a massive reason why it would benefit you to go and get fit for custom fit golf clubs. If you're buying new golf clubs, or if you're in the market for new golf clubs, it's definitely worth going and getting fit. The driver itself is my worst club, it's my weakest club, so the stats can be sometimes a little bit difficult to read, because there's a good amount of bad shots. But the way that we looked at it was, actually there was less dispersion of bad shots on the more forgiving driver than maybe there was in the low spin driver, for obvious reasons, because it's a harder driver to hit.
People, we are back at Totally Golf for a special day. We're collecting our new golf clubs, and let me tell you, I'm excited. So let's get in there and go and get these bad boys. Here he is.
Your clubs are here, mate.
Clubs are here. Isn't that exciting?
Do you want to see them?
I would quite like to see him, yeah. I would quite like to see him.
I'll go and get the head covers for you.
He brings the goods. Look at him. Beautiful man, beautiful clubs, eh?
Yeah, so you've got your P770s, 4 to pitching wedge.
Yep.
You've got your milled grind 4 52 and 58 degree wedge. And then your QI10 matching 3 wood and matching 3 hybrid. Not to forget.
The beauty. The hot stick, by the way. Yeah? Look at that. Spider. That is beautiful.
And then you've got your cart bag as well.
And then we've got the bag. People, look at that. What do you think, John?
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Think it's going to suit for me? We're going to get out and have a round very soon, aren't we? Another one. And you've would have seen John on the channel before. I crucified him. AKA he won by about 4 shots. But next time, people will play with handicaps. Thank you so much to Totally Golf, to Taylormade as well, for sorting me out with some unbelievable clubs that are going to help me go under par for the first time ever this year, I think.
Go and check them out on their website, Totally Golf, or go and check them out in person if you're around the Essex area. They're in Harlow and they have got loads of great stock, so go and check them out. But yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a different one compared to what I normally do, but a great opportunity to go and make sure my golf game is in a good place. So do like and subscribe if you are new, and I shall catch you in the next one.